Hey Scooby fans, welcome to another edition of Planet Scooby Reviews. I am your host, Professor Joel, and in this week's episode we are covering the fourth ever Scooby Doo episode to ever air, which is called Mind Your Own Business. Mind Your Own Business originally aired on October 4th, 1969, and it is perhaps one of my favorite Scooby Doo episodes ever. I just love the atmosphere in this episode. I just love old ghost towns and creepy mines, and it's just a wicked episode. Heck, I even bought it on VHS in the 90s. However, if you'd like to own it, I totally recommend picking it up on the DVD box set packaged as a Mystery Machine. This box set has 8 discs and all 41 episodes of the 3 seasons of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Vibrant and colorful, the Mystery Machine packaging makes an excellent conversational piece. If you buy it through the link below, I make an extra bit of loot that comes at no expense to you, so it's win-win for everyone, especially for my dog Tess, because I'll spend that money probably on extra dog treats for her. Also in the link below is the website address for planet-scooby.com. This is my personal website where I release my written reviews of these episodes that I record, plus exciting Scooby-Doo news. Be sure to check it out. As with all episodes I review, spoilers galore, so let's get on with the show. The episode sets the mood with a vulture cawing at a lightning storm amongst the ruins of Gold City, which appears to be a ghost town because no one's living in it. Disinterested in the storm, you see a bearded man wearing Gold Rush era clothes slowly walk past a boarded up mine entrance. We then cut to the Mystery Machine where the gang are driving and they realize that they are lost, as Shaggy has been reading their travel map upside down. They never do discuss where they are heading, but they end up going to the ghost town of Gold City because they need somewhere to crash for the night. As it's getting late, the gang decide to check into Gold City's guest ranch where the owner, Big Ben, is extremely happy to see them. Nobody has visited Gold City for quite some time, as Ben's assistant Hank explains, is due to the Miner 49er.
The Miner 49er.
The Miner 49er is a ghost who looks like an old prospector, and he's been scaring all the guests and tourists away with his loud moaning and frequent sightings. Hank further explains that the Miner 49er came to Gold City in 1849, and now his ghost is looking for the last vein of gold. With a couple hours of daylight left, the gang drive into Gold City to take a look around. Parking the Mystery Machine, the gang investigate an abandoned saloon. Then they check out an empty hotel. In both buildings, they don't spot the ghost miner at all. Freddy decides they should check the mine out, as that's probably the best place to find the miner. And as they're on their way there, Scooby actually spots the miner in a mirror. Running away in terror, Scooby knocks over a cigar store Indian, where the gang discover a modern map of Gold City. On the map are the digits to a safe code scrawled in the corner. Freddy remembers that there was an old safe in the hotel lobby, so the gang head there to open it. Shaggy and Scooby open it, and inside is a secret elevator that heads down into the mine. To coax Scooby into the rickety elevator, Daphne offers Scooby 2 Scooby snacks.
Would you come with us for a Scooby snack?
In the mine tunnels, Fred and Daphne discuss how dark it is, so Shaggy decides to light some candles he finds, which turn out to be dynamite.
Dynamite!
Further down the mine, they see lanterns have been lit, and Freddy wonders who may have lit them. A creepy moan emitting from the tunnel hints that they might soon find out. Naturally, the gang split up to find the culprit, and it doesn't take long for Scooby and Shaggy to run into the miner, and a chase ensues. Meanwhile, Freddy finds a storeroom full of bags of flour, but falls through the floorboards, getting covered from head to toe in flour. As Freddy makes his way back up to Velma and Daphne, he frightens poor old Scooby and Shaggy. Spooked by Freddy, Shaggy and Scooby hop onto a minecart and head off to who knows where.
We finally got away from that goony miner.
Unfortunately, they have company, as the Miner 49er is right behind them. The minecart chase ends after Scooby and Shaggy crash into some barrels, that are close to Freddy, Velma, and Daphne, and the gang are reunited, at least until danger-prone Daphne falls into a mineshaft and finds a secret passage. Daphne is able to find another secret passage and make her way back to the gang. Velma also finds a wire on the ground that leads to a loudspeaker, so the gang follow the wire and it brings them to a tape recorder which has been responsible for all the loud moaning. Shaggy also finds jars of chocolate syrup, but before he can chug it down, Freddy grabs it away from him and tells Shaggy that this is not chocolate syrup, but in fact it is crude oil, something you definitely don't want to drink. Freddy devises a plan where Shaggy uses his Michael Winslow-like sound effect skills to imitate a train. Meanwhile, Shaggy gets on a minecart with a speaker and a flashlight attached. The goal is to mimic a train and chase the miner out of the mine. The plan works because the miner crashes into an old shack, trapping the miner as Scooby crashes into the shack as well. This sends both Scooby and the miner off of a ledge, and fortunately the miner is able to hang onto the ledge with Scooby just beneath him holding onto the miner's boots. As Scooby holds onto the miner's boots for dear life, the boots start to slide off because they are embedded in stilts. Scooby falls all the way to the bottom of the mine, but unfortunately it's not that far, it's just a couple of feet, and the gang realize that the miner is a fraud. While the miner is still hanging off the ledge, Freddy removes the beard from the miner and reveals that it is Hank.
Hey! Oh, dagnabbit!
The gang then explained to Big Ben that Hank wanted to force Ben out of business. This way he could buy the ranch, the ghost town, and the mine for next to nothing. Then he could drill for oil and peace and make millions. But now, instead of doing the right thing and partnering up with Ben, Hank is in jail. Crime does not pay, kids.
Stay out of trouble.
Scooby then puts on Hank's stilts and begins picking fresh apples out of an apple tree. Well, that wraps up another mystery, gang. If you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. I try to release a new video every week. If you'd like to request a video, leave a comment below. Make sure it's a Scooby video, though. I'm not doing the movies just yet because they're really long, so instead, request an episode, please. And until next time, stay curious, unless, of course, you are a cat.
Once upon a time, on a sad Valentine, in a place known as Annie of Mine, a legend began. Every woman and man